Hello, church. It's Pastor Mike. I hope that you're having a blessed day today. I wanted to give you a word of encouragement from Paul's letter to the church in Rome. It was a church that knew what it was to be politically and culturally divided. They knew what persecution was and what it was like to be hated by their neighbors, to be questioned and made suspicious of, just in the culture and the community at large. And Paul writes to them. He writes to them saying that their pain is not unique to them. It's true of those who try to do the righteous thing. It's true of creation itself. In chapter 8, he says that creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the children of God, that creation groans, waiting for redemption. And he gives a word of encouragement to both them and us today. He says, I consider that the sufferings of this present time, not inconsiderate sufferings by what was going on, but he said, I consider that these present sufferings are not worth comparing to the glory that is about to be revealed to us. We go through a lot of things in our world. There's a lot of division and hurt, a lot of strife and pain, a lot of combating and fighting amongst one another. And all of those sufferings are real. Paul doesn't say that they don't exist, but he says that our future glory is so much bigger and brighter, so much better for us and for God's glory, that these present sufferings don't even measure on the same scale. It's the difference between that atomic small level and the vast cosmos of God's creation. They don't even register. That's how great God's glory is. That's how much he has promised for each one of us. So I know that our world can feel overwhelming. We can watch the news and find ourselves filled with anger. We can find ourselves filled with rage at what's going on and saying, when are we going to start doing something? When are we going to fight? When are we going to demand to be heard? When are all these things going to go on? When can I let my grievances come out? And Paul says, your grievances are real, but stay focused on the glory. He says, in hope we are saved, in hope of what's to come. And if it's hope, that means it's not seen. After all, who hopes for something that they see? But in verse 25 of chapter 8, he says it. He wraps it all up in a bow for us. He says, if we hope for what we do not see, that coming glory and that resolution, he says, we wait with patience. May we be patient, knowing that God's word is sure, that his deliverance is secure, that he will be there for each one of us. We are not left without hope in this world, even when we grieve, because we know that he will prevail. And when we follow him, we will too. So take heart and take hope. Have patience in our present suffering, whatever it might be for you today, and know that you do not suffer alone. Your suffering produces endurance, your endurance produces character, and that character is what God has made you for, to be a witness and a testimony to his grace and his goodness in the world. God bless you today. Know that you are loved, and know that God's love will carry us through every present storm.